Hey everybody, Tony once again, and in this video I'm going to show off some books that I picked up when I first started collecting comics in 1987, about 35 years ago, so stick around. Hello everybody, it's Tony once again, and I want to welcome you to another video from Comiverse. In this video, I'm going to show you a few books that I picked up in 1987 when I first started collecting. It's been a fun ride for the last 35 years, read a lot of good stories, but these were the books that launched my obsession into collecting, and some of them, well, a couple of them are considered keys now, and we're going to kick it off with the very first comic that I ever bought, which is Captain America number 333. This is the first appearance of John Walker as Captain America, and the issue prior to this, Steve Rogers had resigned, and because he didn't want to be a puppet of the Superhuman Commission or the Commission of Superhuman Affairs or whatever. In this issue, they got John Walker to be the new Cap, and I believe in the next issue, Lamar Hoskins ends up becoming his partner, Bucky. Of course, at the time when I bought it, I didn't know who John Walker was, but I ended up reading it and enjoying it. Now, the next book, my first Spider-Man book, was Amazing Spider-Man number 292. Of course, this is not my original version. The other one got damaged. This one was part 2 of a Spider Slayer storyline. And he goes to, I believe it's Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh, to help Mary Jane, who is dealing with some issues with her father and sister. And at the end of this issue, she accepts Peter's marriage proposal, which leads into the next book, Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21. This is the wedding of Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and which was pretty cool because at the time, you know, I didn't know much about Spider-Man. Of course, I learned real quickly. And this is a really good storyline. I like the fact that he's agonizing over himself, whether or not he should marry Mary Jane because of what happened to Gwen. And that played a very important part in his decision. And I'm going to throw this in here too, because I just bought this a few years ago. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21, the tuxedo cover. But this one actually is what is called a Shea Stadium gift set. I've never heard of it when I bought it, and I went ahead, I think I paid 20 bucks on eBay, maybe 25. It came with the Met schedule, a bag, a poster, and the comic itself. The story is when they did the live action wedding at Shea Stadium, they sold these gift sets, and I believe I read somewhere that they sold them for like 100 bucks. So the only way you could get this was if you were at the New York Mets game and watch the wedding, and then if you paid the money to buy the set. I will say that ever since I bought this on eBay, I've never seen another one for sale. All right, the next book that I started reading was the second book that I ever bought from Transformers, and this is Transformers Headmasters number 2. In the first issue, the Autobot Headmasters came to Nebulous. Well, they weren't Headmasters at the time, but at the end of issue 1, they took off their heads and surrendered to the Nebulans. And this issue, Lord Zarek, I believe, calls Cybertron, and the Decepticons show up. Alright, moving on. The second Spider-Man book that I ever bought in my collection was Spectacular Spider-Man 130. It's a simple story where the Hobgoblin is, he's in a wheelchair because of some injuries he sustained trying to steal a ledger from the Kingpin, and he ends up poisoning Harry Osborn, and he tricks Spider-Man, or poisons Spider-Man, and tells him that if he doesn't get the ledger from the Kingpin, him and Harry die in 24 hours. And the last one, the last book for this one is Transformers number 32. This was the first Transformers book that I bought for my collection, featuring the Protectobots and the Combaticons. The Protectobots were hired to locate Blaster and Bumblebee because a few issues back they had become or they were considered traitors by the new leader of the Autobots, Grimlock, and he ordered them to be captured and put to death. This actually was a pretty good story. They took refuge in a used car dealership, and chaos ensues. And like I said, the Transformers series was a hit and miss, but the earlier issues were pretty good. And I hope you enjoyed that, or these books I showcased. And if you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.